It's been nearly a month since one of the deadliest aviation disasters, not just in India's recent history, but across the world. It's a tragedy that claimed 241 lives, shattered families across continents. And tonight, for the first time since the crash, we bring you exclusive details of the ongoing investigation, where it stands, what happened, and what we know so far. As the top brass at Air India, Boeing face tough questions, and the black box begins to tell the story of what really happened on board AI-171.
On the 12th of June, 242 people boarded a flight en route London. 30 seconds on, Captain Sumeet Sabharwal issued a mayday call, moments after which the Air India AI-171 flight went down. 241 lives lost at the blink of an eye, and one miraculous survivor. The plane crashed into the residential area of a civil hospital campus, hitting the doctors' quarters and the students' hostel buildings. And 4 days after a high-level inquiry was launched by the Civil Aviation Ministry and Aviation watchdog DGCA, the much important black box was recovered. The top command of Air India and Boeing has been under intense scrutiny since the tragic incident over the maintenance of the aircraft and the Boeing 787 fleet. And while India and the grieving families await closure, Republic has the exclusive details tonight.
And we have the first bit of breaking news update coming in. In fact, we had access to the full details of that meeting, and we are not putting out the full details because we will wait for that report, but we have minute-by-minute details of what really happened. 1 month after the tragic crash of Air India flight AI-171, full communication records have been accessed. We have the details coming in. The first bit of breaking news update, that analysis of the FDR and CDR is being done. Analysis of FDR, CDR being done. Pilot communication with the crew on board is available. And the full communication with the ATC has been retrieved. And these are details and the data recovered from the black box. Communication with other aircraft has also been made available. Both black boxes, I repeat, both black boxes, 2 black boxes have been recovered and are being analyzed. And despite all the speculative reports of a conclusive sort of a finding in this case, what we are hearing, there a timeline of 1 month is needed, 1 more month needed for analysis of the black box. That's breaking number 1. Now, let's get you the second bit of breaking news update. There are 4 parts to the breaking story. In the second bit of breaking news update, in what could be a first for Indian aviation investigation, what is referred to as the golden chassis. The golden chassis, an essential tool for decoding black box data, has been brought to India, marking a significant leap in country's technological capabilities. For the first time, in fact, it has happened, and this has happened following the intervention of the Ministry of Civil Aviation. The golden chassis has been brought after the MOCA, the Ministry of Civil Aviation, intervened, and it will ensure that India now studies black boxes. In the past, when there were accidents, the black boxes would be sent to the OEM or another country where the OEM is located. But in this case, the golden chassis has been brought to India. It will be investigated in India. So there is no pressure factor here. Harsha is joining me first up. And before I do that, I want to go across to Harsha. One question with her, and then I'll go across to Captain Surjit Singh Panesar as well. Harsha, tell us about this golden chassis and what this means for the investigation right now.
So, Niranjan, this golden chassis is very important for the data retrieving of the black box. We know that this time CBR and DFDR both are being analyzed and investigated in India only. It was the very first time that both the CBR and DFDR has not been sent to US. The entire retrieving is happening in India only. And the golden chassis is an equipment which is needed to retrieve the data of the black box. And it arrived from US in India on 23rd of June. And in fact, both CVR and DFDR flew from Ahmedabad to Delhi to the investigation center to the lab of AAIB on 15th of June, and from different aircraft. So we have got to know that in this entire investigation of AAIB, where the Ahmedabad plane crashed, detail will be coming out. Golden chassis plays a very important role, and therefore the one of the investigator from US especially flew with golden chassis so that the data of the black box could be retrieved, so that it could be known that what happened during the last minute in the Ahmedabad airplane crash. What exactly was the communication established between the pilot and between the ATC, and those last minute recordings are very important. And today Rammohan Naidu himself has stated that today late evening we are expecting that the AIB preliminary investigation report will be published in the PIB and in the MOCA website as well. We'll get to know today exactly what has happened in the AI-171 crash and exactly what transpired which led to the crash. Was it the faulty equipment? Was it the Boeing fault? Was it the Air India aircraft fault? What exactly happened? So the investigation report will be submitted today late evening. But golden chassis is a very important equipment through which the data will be retrieved. Golden chassis equipment will be fixed in the CVR and DFDR, and then only AIB could know exactly what is mentioned in the black box, exactly what the data is there in the black box. But yes, our black box never flew to
be with
US
me, Harsha,
or
because
any
I have
other
another
country.
breaking news update coming in. Stay with me because I have the third breaking news update coming in, because there was a mention in that meeting that took place a few days back about defective items. Now, this is critical because for the first time, if a defective item angle is being investigated, this is an indicator that we got from the meeting. What the crew spoke was being corroborated with the aircraft data that is being analyzed. The black box data is being corroborated with the crew speech. In fact, for the first time, we are hearing that Air Force officials have been roped in for the AI-171 investigation. Investigators have been roped in from the IAF for the AI-171 probe. Now, these could be, we don't know whether they are serving or retired, but IAF experts are now involved in the AI-171 investigation. The entire wreckage in this case has been moved close to the airport, and the entire aircraft was reconstructed at a parallel site. Defective items were sent to labs and agencies for analysis. These are minute by minute, very, very minute details we've picked up. And Captain Surjit Singh Panesar, former director of flight safety training, in the erstwhile Indian Airlines, joining us on the show. Captain Panesar, one, if I can get your view on this golden chassis and how critical that becomes if India is going to investigate the black box. Point number two, what you make of the defective items that we are being told now have been sent to foreign labs for analysis?
Well, Arnab, let me tell you, initially they said we have no facility to decode DFDR and CVR. Now they say we got all the facilities, we'll decode this. And now we have to see what report they are giving. They are not involving any other experts from outside except some selected few one. Because it's not a public inquiry, it's a closed-door investigation, neither a judicial inquiry. I personally feel the pilot has given his life to save the passenger. He tried his last minute to save them, but when it became beyond his control, he announced Mayday, Mayday. I think pilot has given life to save these passengers. It should be appreciated. But now what all has happened, CBR, DFDA will decode everything, provided it is made to public. Or now we have to wait and see what reports they are making. And these experts, when they write, unless they make the report public, it is not easy for us to contemplate what could have happened. Only professional advice will come only once we see the actual reading of the DFDR and CBR, what conspired in the cockpit and the DFDR. It records more than 200 parameters. Temperature, fuel contamination, engine failing, seat going back. All these are contemplations. It is not good to go on contemplation. Let's wait for the report. They say they are the expert. Even I believe ECAO experts have come. Yeah. I wish they should know the NTSB expert, who are the world famous experts in investigation of rail and air accidents. Now, only after the report we see, then only you can contemplate what all has happened. Whether this report is correct or incorrect, and it is professionally made report, or it has been cooked up report. That only can be seen after we see the report. Unless we see the report, it is not good to contemplate anything on the working of these experts who have come out with the investigation of this crash. They have Secretary, Ministry of Home Affairs, Secretary Civil Aviation, Bureau of Civil Aviation Security. There are so many experts who are involved in this investigation. And let us see how they accept this report, and then we will give our comments. Then it will be good for the public to know what are our comments and what the report says.
Captain Panesar, thank you for joining us on the show. I appreciate you joining us this evening on This Is Exclusive.